Welcome students. Mostly the foreign policy is determined by the neighborhood for many countries, but when it comes to developing nations like India, it's the relationship it has with various other countries who are partners in platforms, and also the trade relations determined primarily rather than the neighborhood. So today let's examine one such unique relationship that India has with Brazil. So when it comes to India-Brazil relationship, it could be dated back to almost 5 centuries. It's not 5th century, it's 5 centuries ago, where Pedro Alves, in the same time when Vasco da Gama tried to discover India along with Columbus, the Pedro Alves was traveling and accidentally discovered the other part of the world from Europe than reaching India. So some commonalities could be seen from Brazil and India. First one is about the diaspora. Brazil's proximity with Caribbean islands where Indians were taken as slaves to work helps them reach the Brazil and explain the climatic conditions which are equally favorable as India, because the crops that they consume and various climatic conditions that suit the people to live in are equally better. So first thing first, if you understand the latest scenario, it's Sao Paulo airport where many people from Indian diaspora are stuck. Recently, our external affairs minister, in meeting with his counterpart, has ensured that people stuck in Sao Paulo are addressed because they are neither departed nor considered refugees, and that stagnant and standstill scenario has been creating the problem. So hope you understood the first relation and commonality that we find between India and Russia. Second one is the trade in pharmaceuticals and agri products. Time and again, India and Brazil find in top 2 positions in exports of sugar. And this is one place where both of them compete to be top producer and exporter of sugar, because the favorable conditions that are existing in India are equally good in Brazil and Cuba. So in case if they want to cartelize, it would be favorable. The cartelization of sugar producers is much favorable because other traders like petroleum, where India and Brazil are equally importers, are suffering from the cartelization when it comes to petroleum. So why not India and Brazil cartelize and ensure sugar prices are equally controlled by them and benefit rather than benefiting the other parts of the world. So this is the other part that finds similarity to ensure duocommerce. If you follow my videos, you'll understand what this duocommerce is, which is panacea to many conflicts getting from the trade. So duocommerce is nothing but it is panacea to solve or resolve many tussles that two countries would face through trade. So trade helps India and Brazil come closer. And the third one is diplomatic platforms. When it comes to diplomatic platforms, India shares with Brazil platform with BRICS. Okay, this is first one. The second one is SCO. This is where Brazil is trying to mark its presence, but India has at least entered it and ensuring something to do, whose summit would be held within no time in Pakistan. So this is one place. Okay. And the third one, when it comes to South-South cooperation. What is this South? This is global South. When we say global South, it is not geographical South, but the economic South, where they are underdogs, or at least economically still developing than the developing world compared to Europe and America. Okay. This is where India's advocacy matches with Brazil. So their version finds solidarity in platforms like WTO and also in UN, where platforms like UNCTAD finds similar version by Brazil and India. Okay, if this is the broad thing, then the another diplomacy that India may find with Brazil is futuristic, and that's related to the sports diplomacy. Because usually there's an assumption that the complementary sports will create more opportunities when it comes to employment as well, and also the diasporic ties would improve. Brazil, and not just Brazil, most of the Latin American countries are blessed with, or at least have themselves garnered and nurtured good talent when it comes to volleyball and football. And India, part of the subcontinent, has been exceptional when it comes to the racket sports like shuttle badminton, and also the cricket. And exactly, if you can look at the scenario of Brazil, they're aspiring to better themselves in those fields, but in India, it wants to revive its prodigy of football and volleyball to represent at global platforms. So the coaches from Brazil can help India, with many Brazilians allowed to participate in Indian football leagues. Similar can happen when it comes to Indian badminton coaches and cricket players representing in the Latin American countries. This is one part of it. Other than that, when it comes to the sports diplomacy, major thing that matters is about the viewership. The viewership from India matters most to Brazilians, because the Brazilian football garner a lot of revenue from the viewership in subcontinent, which is as populous as Brazil. And the similar thing happens when it comes to Brazil, which is equally capable of providing viewership to the events in India. Hope you understood how Brazil and Indian relationship would shape, with some unique points which are hardly discussed. So be equipped with the knowledge that we shared today as part of this video for your examinations, so that you can stand out with your unique points. Another day, let's discuss another international issue with better content to share with you. Till the time I'm back, it's time to bid adios. Thank you.